wondering how you are experiencing Easter this year. It's our biggest celebration of the Christian year, and many of us will be gathering together for the first time after a long time for Holy Communion and in our worship spaces. Some of us have already been gathering in person, but still, this Easter is different than the past couple. It's a time that we are joyful in a kind of tentative way as we feel careful about the ways in which we have slowly eased into this special celebration this Sunday. We have a kind of tenderness about us because of what we've been through. And it seems an interesting contrast to anticipate a joyful Easter while also feeling still a little protective and a little tender as we anticipate the joy of the risen Christ. My earliest memories of Easter were around the age of 3 or 4. At some time during Holy Week, my mother would call me into her bedroom and pull down off the shelf in her closet a beautiful box. She would take the lid off, and inside would be Easter bonnets and gloves for my sisters and I. And she would ask us to put them on because she wanted to make sure they fit and that we each had our own bonnet and pair of gloves. And for a little bit, she would let us run around and play in our Easter bonnets and gloves as long as we didn't get them dirty, before she put them back in the box, only to bring them out on Easter morning when we got ready for church. I still have the photograph of me in my mother's high heels wearing my Easter bonnet and wearing the shorts that I was wearing that day. My memories of Easter are pegged to those times when it was exciting to wear something new. It was fragrant to be out in the springtime, to smell the lilacs that were in bloom, to see the new plants that were sprouting up in the yard. These are tender moments, and these are tender memories. And I'm wondering if you have a similar sort of combination of joy and also delicateness this Easter. We're entering into a kind of Easter joy that has been tempered by what we have been through. We're carrying some burdens and we have suffered some losses, unlike those that we have seen before. So in many ways, this Easter is the tenderest of Easters in the way that we've been hanging on and holding on. We have suffered losses. We've also suffered joys that have been muted because of these times. And we're cautiously engaging the anticipation of the joy of Easter. We're like tender shoots pushing up through the wet earth, like birds that have just begun to chirp in the morning after a cold winter, or like the colorful Easter eggs that we eagerly dyed and that we will later hide in the yard for the kids to hunt. There is a tenderness about our Easter joy this year. And in many ways, this is a reminder of the deep mystery of our Christian story at Easter. The risen Christ is among us with a gentleness that has great power. May we welcome Christ, the master gardener, in the tending of these new shoots of hope and renewal. And may our tender hearts at Easter receive the good news of the resurrection and be glad. Christ is risen. Thanks be to God.